Welcome back to the channel, friends. Today, we are diving deep into another fascinating coin from American history and value of this video. So let's get started. The 1935 United States 1 cent. Wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln wheat cent, is a coin that holds both historical and collectible interest. Designed by Victor David Brenner and first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The wheat penny remained in circulation until 1958, when the reverse design featuring two stalks of wheat was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial. The 1935 issue, minted during the Great Depression, carries added significance because it reflects a time when the U.S. economy was slowly recovering from financial hardship. This coin was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S. Each mint produced varying numbers of these cents, which affects their rarity and value. The Philadelphia mint produced the highest number, making those coins the most common, while San Francisco issues are generally scarcer, in old or heavily circulated condition, such as good or very good. The 1935 wheat penny may be worth just a few cents to perhaps 25 to 50 cents depending on grade and market demand. In fine to very fine condition, values increase modestly, usually around 50 cents to $1.25. Higher grades like extremely fine or about uncirculated can reach $2 to $5. Mint state, uncirculated, examples, especially those with strong luster and no major marks, are the most desirable, often ranging from $10 to $35 or more depending on the mint mark. Proof-like strikes are not known for this year, but collectors do look for fully red surfaces, described as red-brown, or brown in numismatic grading, which significantly affect pricing. A 1935S or 1935D, in brilliant red uncirculated condition, graded by services like PCGS or NGC, can sell for $75 to $150, and some superb gems even higher. Rare errors from 1935, such as double-die obverse varieties, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes, can command hundreds of dollars depending on severity and eye appeal. Old condition coins, meaning those well-worn from circulation, usually show smooth details on Lincoln's portrait and nearly flat wheat stalks on the reverse, but even these are collected as fillers for coin albums. Historically, people saved wheat pennies because of their copper composition, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, which also gives them intrinsic metal value, greater than modern zinc-based cents. Today, collectors prize the 1935 cent not only for its age but also for its role as part of a complete wheat penny set. While a heavily circulated example may not bring more than face value in bulk, better preserved and rare mint-marked coins remain desirable and continue to appreciate over time. In summary, the 1935 1 cent wheat penny in old, circulated condition is modestly valuable but carries important historical charm, while higher grade and error varieties elevate it to a more significant collectible. In the numismatic world, the United States of America 1 cent wheat penny of 1956 is among the final issues of the famous Lincoln wheat cent series, which ran from 1909 until 1958, and it holds a special place for collectors because of its abundance, affordability, and historical design. On the obverse, it features President Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the words "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1956 to the right, often accompanied by a mint mark, D for Denver, none for Philadelphia. On the reverse, the classic wheat ears flank the inscription 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum along the upper rim. In terms of mintage, 1956 saw very high production, with over 420 million struck at Philadelphia, no mint mark, and nearly 1.1 billion at Denver, making this one of the most common wheat pennies in circulation. Because of this abundance, in old or circulated condition, the 1956 wheat penny is typically worth only a few cents, around 3 to 10 cents depending on where and perhaps 15 to 25 cents if the coin is well preserved in fine to very fine grades. In extremely fine condition, lightly worn coins may bring 30 to 50 cents, while about uncirculated examples can command around $1 to $2, reflecting both age and quality. In mint state, uncirculated, grades, values rise more significantly, and 1956. Philadelphia wheat penny in MS63. Red is often worth $5 to $8, while a Denver example may fetch $4 to $7. Higher grades like MS65. Red can range between $15 and $25, with superb gem MS67 red coins valued in the hundreds, sometimes $600, or more at auction due to their rarity in flawless preservation despite the massive mintage. Proof coins were also struck in 1956 at Philadelphia, with about 669,000 minted. These proofs, especially deep cameo specimens with strong contrast, are much scarcer and can bring $50 to $150 depending on condition and eye appeal. Error varieties and striking anomalies add another layer of value. 1956 double dies, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, RPMs on Denver coins, or clipped planchets can range anywhere from $20 to several $100s, depending on severity and grade, making them highly desirable to variety collectors. In old, circulated, or old condition, most 1956 wheat pennies carry modest face value premiums due to their commonness, yet they remain an essential part of wheat cent collections and a nostalgic link to mid-20th century American coinage, often kept as keepsakes or starter coins for new collectors. The historical design, the affordability, and the fact that these coins are now nearly 70 years old ensure that even in well-worn condition, a 1956 wheat penny continues to be a fascinating artifact of U.S. minting history, treasured more for its story than its market price. The United States of America 1 cent wheat penny dated 1958 is historically important because it marks the final year of the Lincoln wheat cent series, which ran from 1909 until 1958 before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Cent in 1959, designed by Victor David Brenner. The obverse carries the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln facing right, with "In God We Trust" along the upper rim, Liberty to the left, and the date 1958 to the right, sometimes accompanied by a small D mint mark for Denver. The reverse retains the beloved wheat ears design, featuring two stylized wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, along with the motto E pluribus unum at the top. In terms of mintages, the 1958 issue was struck in very high numbers, with approximately 252 million coins from the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and over 800 million coins from the Denver Mint, resulting in more than 1 billion total, making this one of the most common wheat pennies ever produced. Because of this vast availability, coins in old, circulated condition usually carry only small premiums above face value, typically worth around 3 to 10 cents depending on where, with those in fine to very fine condition bringing about 15 to 25 cents. In extremely fine grades, lightly circulated coins may be valued around 30 to 50 cents, while about uncirculated examples can sell for $1 to $2, reflecting both their preserved detail and historic status. As the last wheat cent, for collectors seeking mint state pieces, a 1958 Philadelphia wheat penny in MS63. Red is generally worth $4 to $6, while Denver issues in the same grade range from $3 to $5. In higher mint state grades such as MS65 red, values increase to about $15 to $25, and superb gem examples in MS67. Red can command anywhere from $500 to $2,000 at major auctions, since flawless survivors with blazing original luster are much scarcer than the overall mintage numbers suggest. In addition, a limited number of proof coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1958, with a total of around 875,000 pieces made, all for collectors. These proof 1958 wheat cents especially those displaying strong cameo, contrast between frosted devices and mirrored fields, are more desirable. Typical proofs range from $20 to $40, while deep cameo or ultra cameo examples in PR67 to PR69 can reach $200 to $1,000. Error. Coins and die varieties from 1958 are particularly noteworthy. The most famous is the 1958 double die obverse, one of the rarest and most valuable of all wheat pennies, easily worth $100,000 to $200,000 or more depending on grade, as only a few examples are confirmed to exist. Other errors, such as repunched mint marks, common on Denver issues, off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchets, generally carry premiums, ranging from $20 to several $100s depending on severity and condition. In old, circulated condition, the 1958 wheat penny may only be a modest coin worth a few cents, but it has significant historical importance. As the closing chapter of nearly 50 years of the wheat cent design, a sentimental favorite among American collectors, even heavily worn examples remain keepsakes, often treasured as the last of the wheat pennies and valued more for their legacy and collectability than for their monetary worth.